Can we do a little baby lunge? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chris. I am hanging out today with Tiberius. It's raining outside, but we do have a couple mods planned for you. They are gonna help improve the shift feel and hopefully the driveline of the vehicle. Real quick, just to kind of run this over, I am gonna be doing the Boomba short throw shift plate, which is awesome. I've had it in the past. This thing is dope. It makes the car super smooth. Shifts are shorter and much more crisp and just firm, smooth, no notchiness. And speaking of notchiness, I'm gonna compare that with the Perrin. We're not gonna even call this thing a shifter plate. No, this thing, I've tried it before. It's awful in my opinion. Next thing, Torque Solutions, shifter bushing. Slightly better than stock, not quite as metal and clingy as the Perrin one, which I've also tried in the past. And lastly, group N transmission mount. I'm just gonna unbox all this stuff for you guys real quick. So let's get to it, guys. All right, you guys, jumping right in. I'm gonna open up this Boomba for you. Yeah, it's definitely solid design. I think they did a really good job on this. It really does make the throw shorter as it did in my previous 2015. I mean, it's beautiful too. I mean, you're not gonna see it, but this thing is solid. I love it. All right, next thing is the Group N transmission mount. I know a lot of you guys have run this, and a lot of people do complain that it adds some NVH to the vehicle, which, you know, can be kind of annoying. High pitch, gear whine, some extra engine rumble in the cabin, some vibrations and things like that. And again, guys, this is an OEM part. Kind of my motto with a lot of the stuff I do is try to keeping my vehicle, you know, like my dad says, keep it stocked, but I can never seem to do that. So I'm doing the best I can, Pops. Just, you know, STI parts here and there. And now it's on the ramps, e-brake set, and have tons of room. Look at this. I've got tons of room to use my creeper and get under there and get this job done. Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna remove the heat shield that's connected to the transmission member. Should be for 12 millimeter. So I'm gonna get to that, guys. This isn't gonna be super detailed, but I'm just gonna kind of give you the rundown. There's really great detailed videos out there. I just kind of want to get this mod up and running. Okay, next thing, there's four 14 millimeter bolts on the back end of the tranny mount, which I've already undone. So you're gonna do those two there, and then the other two on the other side of the J-pipe. And then we're gonna move on to the two big, where is it? Here it is, yeah. These guys are 17 mil. So two 17 mil, and then you have another two 14 millimeters here where the actual tranny mount is. So I'm gonna pop all those down, get the brace off, then drop the center mount. Cool, once you slide it out, this is what you should end up with. Got your two 17s. Whoops. Two 17s, right? And then your four 14s. WRX, guys, when you drive, and if you ever had your hand on the shifter and you accelerate, you actually feel your shifter move back and forth like it's not in place. It's because it's literally moving. This whole tranny will probably literally move at least an inch. Who knows? Like, all right, I've just decided to take out the center mount for now because it's gonna actually leave more room so I can knock out that roll pin. That can be such a pain. So, yeah, it's just four 14 millimeter bolts again on each one. For those of you guys who are new to the WRX and actually haven't seen the big differences, key differences on the transmission mount before, is this is the Group N STI mount. It's solid in the center. They're both still steel on the outside. This one's just really thin, flimsy rubber on the middle. So that's the comparison there, side by side. Other than that, they're identical mounting points, everything like that. All right, guys, this is where the fun begins. We're gonna knock out these two 12 millimeters here And then there's this cover over here that's got 4 of them. I believe there's 2 on top, 2 on the kind of the sides, and that one's gonna be kind of hard to get to, but once I knock all that off, this whole shifter plate and everything up and behind here, shift cable, is all gonna be free. I just wanted to show you, this is the first part. It's just this little dinky thing. Knock these 2 12s out. Yeah, just pop it out of the way. And there it is. There's the shifter bushing's gonna go in there. The shift plate's up there. Yeah, next I'm gonna pop this off. For the one on top of the transmission tunnel, well, one of the top ones, I'm gonna call it my 3rd bolt because I've got 2 more to go. This one, I just used a little extension. Scoop back here if you can see, and yeah, gave me plenty of room to turn it, so no issues there. All right, to make things easier on ourselves, to get to that last one that's on top of the transmission tunnel and make ease of popping the roll pin out easier, we are going to just remove these 2 12 mils and move the whole shifter cable out of here. So we're going to remove the cotter pin first, and then these 2 12s, and pull the whole assembly back so we have plenty of room. Zoom in here. That's the roll pin. We're going to knock that out next. I'm going to show you a little trick that I have in store for this because I've struggled twice already with this. It is a pain in your, you know what? What I'm going to do is I got my 3/16 punch, which is the exact size you need. If you use any size smaller, you'll actually knock out the inner roll pin. I guess there's actually 2. There's a bigger one and then there's a smaller one, but this is the correct size. I've got it knocked into a 8 millimeter. And what I'm going to do on an extension, that way when I hammer it in, I have this much more room to play with. Guys, I am super pleased this time. That worked like butter. I just had the pin in there, knocked it out, took like 30 seconds, and now just slide off the shifter plate and let's go compare them with the others. All right, here they are. We got the 2015, 2018, the Boomba, and the Perrin. What are the differences? These 2 are almost identical, and I'm gonna move this out of the way. This one is stamped 1407. This one's stamped 1402. Not sure what that means. Anyways, the Perrin, I don't know why anyone would go with this. Honestly, guys, it just makes the car feel so notchy. It's uncomfortable. It's not even direct. Like the heavier plate, I feel, makes the shifts more direct. It's smooth. You can almost get lost using something this notchy. Going with the Boomba, this thing is like having 2 of these in one. It is like the same weight. It's just gonna be so much better, guys. Just so much smoother. Pro tip, to knock it back in, just kind of line it up, and I just flipped around this side of it and got it on there because it's like wider than trying to tap it back in, and then I just hammered it down and just got it in there a little bit. You don't want to push it in all the way because you still have to slide it back on. All right, y'all, final comparison. OEM bushing, torque solution, Durlin. Hopefully this makes a huge difference. There it is, finished product. So flat side of the torque solution, like the washer side against the plate with the Boomba spacer right there, the little washer behind it. I'm gonna do the tranny mount next. Gonna use the torque wrench now, 45 pounds on the 14 millimeters. Torque it up. Okay, then torque the 17s to 80 pounds. Lastly, do the 12s at 26 foot-pounds, and we're all set. I ran into an issue that I wanted to point out, and it's just maybe with the 18s, but this little, like, heat guard, bash guard, whatever you want to call this thing by the shifter plate, when I have it secured down, the Boomba actually touches it, and it's making the shifts feel super stiff and wonky. I removed it, and at first I wasn't sure if it was the bushing, so I put the stock bushing back in, but then just sitting around shifting my car the driveway, I can still feel it. So I removed this and it feels like night and day difference. It's just touching, but I still want to retain this bash guard, so I'm gonna probably put like a washer or two in between here. All right, y'all, it's review time. Starting up. And, oh, gotta get some fuel. Shit balls. You're gonna hear this gear whine. Let me just bring it. It's a little more pronounced for sure. And I feel like it sounds like the car has exhaust, even feels like it. It's a little more like growl coming through, which I actually welcome. I like some of that boxer sound coming through because this car is so quiet from the factory. Just, they did a really good job with these 18s, keeping them quiet. I need to go get some fuel, guys. Hooks up way better. That is awesome. So I'm gonna cruise around, drive like an asshole some more for you guys, and tell you what I think. That's the honest truth, right? I mean, that's what people look for. It's like, I want this guy to drive like an a-hole. But this gearbox, Boomba makes it feel, like direct. It's just direct, and it's honest, guys. It's, you know what gear you're going into. That was awesome. It's probably gonna take some getting used to. Gearbox feels heavier, but in like a good way. Like in a magnetic way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just like driven, going in the right slots. But there's definitely some more weight to the throw. Inherently now, like I don't have to actually throw as hard. It's just, it's got that extra force there. So I'm gonna point this out. If you rev up to like 4,000, 5,000, you can hear it more, way more. Before, the growl was just kind of like quiet and behind. It's a lot more up front now. It's almost like I can feel it coming through the dash, but I know it's just coming from like this area right here. A lot more growl though. And oh, it's gonna take some getting used to. Holy shit. That was not how I've been used to it the last 6 weeks or whatever have you here. That just hooked up right away. I need to quicken up my shifts. So I just found out the gas station closest to my house has ethanol. You know what that means, right? Cobb Flex fuel. Like, it's unavoidable at this point. It's gonna happen when, I don't know, but it sure as hell is gonna happen soon. Can we do a little baby launch? You guys are gonna get me in trouble. I just know it. Yes. What the fuck is rattling over here? The fuck is that rattling? Gotta love that Subaru quality. Okay, we're somewhat away from civilization now. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick launch. Alright, y'all, this has been fun, but traffic is absolutely batshit right now. I can't be driving around. It's just too stressful. I just want to cruise and have fun.
This part party's over.